Hello, everyone. Welcome. Today I'm doing a quick little reflection. It is day 7 of teaching online. I've been teaching online yoga and meditation classes now for 7 straight days. And every day I come to like a new revelation or reflection. And what's coming up a lot for me today and really in this last 60 days or so is, what does it mean to be a good teacher? How do I become a good teacher? At what point am I a good enough teacher to teach other people? And this has been coming up a lot for me in like my own circle of life, but also people have been talking to me a lot about being a teacher, and I've had a lot of people coming to me and saying, I just love the way that you teach. And I'm like, what am I even doing? So kind of diving into right now in this time of teaching online, it's been a journey inward. Of course, in general, but definitely a journey inward to kind of sit with, like, what kind of teacher am I, and what even makes a good teacher, and how do I want to teach, and who do I want to teach, and why is that important to me? So I have a couple of notes, things that are kind of floating in my head in relationship to this topic of what makes a good teacher. The number one thing that I have written down is not giving your power away to another teacher. And, I've been taught by some amazing people, and I love them, and I have so much gratitude for them. But I had to learn at a certain point that who I taught under does not actually qualify me as a good teacher. It was just a way for me to kind of pass off like my responsibility of a teacher to that person. Well, I learned this from that person, so if this is wrong, then you can go to that person. You don't have to, don't come to me about that. Go to them. And I also was using it as a crutch to kind of get out of having to dig deep in my own self of, what kind of teacher am I? Oh, I trained under that person. That's the kind of teacher I am. And I just realized at some point that was just super disempowering. And everybody in their own right is a teacher. I mean, like every little thing can teach you something. And, sometimes some of the worst teachers that I've had have been the teachers who have taught me the most. And when I'm able to kind of step back and realize that, takes off a lot of the pressure from being like the best teacher, and where does that come from? Why do I need to be the best teacher? Can't I just be simply a teacher? So that's one thing, is just don't give your power away to another teacher. Like you are your own teacher. The next thing that I wrote down was to be open, honest, and authentic. And this one kind of came from my class today. There was like a number of things that did not go the way that I wanted them to go. One of which was we were in deep relaxation, and someone decided to message me on Facebook, and it was like a bunch of dings, and I couldn't find the window of where it was. And I had to kind of pull myself back of just like, it's okay. Like, it's fine. Like, you've learned now, check all of your windows before you start teaching. And, your students have learned that you're human and you make mistakes sometimes, and, they can get over a couple of moments of distraction. And really, that's part of the yoga, is being able to go beyond the distraction. And also telling your students when you don't know something. Telling them, I don't know that, but I can look into that. And, always doing your due diligence to when you don't know something, doing your due diligence to learn, because your students are a gateway into you being able to learn more about how you can be a better teacher. So it's a two-way relationship. It's not like the teacher's up here and the student's down here. Like the teacher has to come down here, and we have to like start to be on the same level so that we can really learn from each other. And it stops the concept of teaching. We can take away this power struggle that has existed in this patriarchal system of student and teacher for many, many years. And I feel like this is a big part of what's shifting right now is everybody's kind of beginning to see like, well, we all are teachers, and I can be a teacher, and it doesn't have to be this big, show for everyone. You can just be you, and people can learn something from you simply just by you being you. And the last thing that I have, or the second to last thing I have written here, it says to stop showing up to be the perfect fit for your audience or your ideal client. Whenever I scroll past, and I'm going to go on a little soapbox right now, but whenever I scroll past something on Facebook or Instagram and somebody starts talking about like meet yourself and meet your ideal client and like change yourself so that your ideal client will come to you, like, no, like that is such a distraction. Like, yes, marketing and digital marketing and all of that, it all has its time and its place. But really, when you want to teach people something and you want to teach people something that's going to move them to the core of who they are, you can't like constantly be trying to figure out what's the best formula to get everybody here, and what's the best way to get everybody to want to listen to me, and what's the best way to like keep their attention. Just like stop. Just stop. That is a distraction from actually showing up to do what you are meant to do. And if you want to be a teacher in any sort of capacity, you have to really begin to honor, like, what is it that you want to teach? How is it that you want to teach? What makes you feel good when you teach? Versus it being about always pleasing somebody else. Because no matter what you do as a teacher, you're going to teach someone something. And I just feel like there's just a flawed mindset of like, figure out who your ideal client is and then, build your whole teaching and everything around that type of person. It's just, just be you always. It's just, it's exhausting, I think, to constantly have to chase after like that client archetype that you like wrote out with you and your business people, or you wrote out with your coach, or whatever it may be. Like, people that are going to be drawn to you are going to be drawn to you either way. And the last thing that I have written here, how to be a good teacher. Just show up. Just show up in whatever capacity feels good for you. That's it. That's all you have to do. It doesn't have to be you show up on Instagram, you show up on Facebook, you show up on YouTube. Just, if YouTube feels good, go with YouTube. If Facebook feels good, go with Facebook. The most important thing is that you show up. And if you're constantly in your head about how to show up and how to get people on your marketing list and like how to get people in your Facebook group and like how to do all of this, like quite frankly, like masculine tasks of like tricking people into like, wanting to experience you, we got to take a step back. And just show up. So that was it for today. That was my talk for today. I am teaching a daily meditation and breathwork class every day at 6 p.m. CST. It is a part of a 40-day breathwork and meditation challenge that I am hosting. We are only through week 1. If you want to join, you can always join at any time, and you can always drop in for a class as well. All of the classes are posted for replay inside of my Facebook group, which I will link here once I'm done with this. And so if you're not in the Facebook group, you can just join the Facebook group and you can get access to the classes. Today, the class that I taught was on experiencing newness. And actually, that was a very big gateway into me talking about this today. There was 2 big things that I didn't do today that I normally do every class. And one of them I didn't skip it unintentionally, and that was just like kind of opening up the space with a chant. I normally open up the space with a chant. I didn't do that today, and that was totally not, that wasn't like a conscious thought or a subconscious thought. And then the other thing was that yesterday I taught an exercise in my class that I thought in my mind I knew exactly how it was supposed to go. Like I was like, yes, this is how this exercise goes. And then today I was like uploading the exercises and putting it all into the Dropbox for everyone, and I was looking at the exercise that I knew so well. And I realized I taught it completely wrong. Wrong, is subjective. But I use that as an opportunity to take my students, okay, hey, we did this yesterday and I didn't teach it the way it was supposed to be written. It's okay. We still had a powerful experience, but here's the way that it actually is supposed to be taught. And let's kind of compare and contrast what that feels like. And, encouraging people to kind of, make, these things their own. You don't have to go by the Bible way of doing something. Like, you get to decide. One of the girls from my yoga teacher training, who I love so much, she has an Instagram, and she has such a beautiful soul, but her motto is make your own rules. And I just love that. I love that. It's just make your own rules. What works for you? And people will always learn something as long as you're humble and you're honest and you're not constantly striving for perfectionism. So that's it for now. If you feel called to join class, you should come, and you should experience it. I mean, everything truly, in order for you to really understand yourself on a more expansive level, you have to get yourself into situations where you're experiencing new things. And breathwork meditation is a great way to just kind of get there quickly. And it's not scary. It's actually really, really healing. So if you're looking for something to kind of anchor in right now, these classes are available to you. You can either join live or you can get the replay. And in my Facebook group, we're talking all things spirituality and skepticism and how can we really break down these spiritual practices to make them more practical so that everyone can experience them and make their own decisions for what they believe is true and what is not. So that's it. I'm going to shut up now. Thank you for joining me, everyone who was here live, and I will post all of the links for the Facebook group and all the things. And yeah, thank you. Bye, everyone.